everybody, this is Kathy at Attic Treasures, etc. Welcome to my channel today. And it has been quite a long time since I've done a craft haul video, so I thought it was high time, since I have like all this stuff I've been not putting away, because I wanted to do a craft haul video. So I think I better get started on this so I can put all this stuff away. So the first thing I wanted to show you was this bundle of paper that I got at Value Village for $4.99, and it was for all of this. And included in it is this stack of 4x6 sheets of cardstock, and there are some really kind of cool patterns in here that I think will be fun to use. So I mean, $4.99 for the whole thing, and these are adhesive. This one Tattered and Worn. Both of these are from the Paper Studio, but look at the original prices on these. This one was originally $6.99. This one was $10.99, and having them be adhesive I think is really cool. I like to use these with my Cricut, but I'll probably be using them mostly in journals for backgrounds and, you know, who knows what, pockets and things like this. So anyhow, I thought that was really cool. But this was really amazing. These two Ideology abandoned paper pads from Tim Holtz were also in there. And this whole bundle, like I said, was $4.99. So, you know, obviously I had to had to snap that up. And then also on the same trip, and I don't remember how much this cost, the sticker's gone. It was probably in a, I don't know, I can't remember where the sticker was, but this is all handmade paper, and I have already used some of it in some of my journals, so I just thought that this was such a neat find, and I don't remember it being more than like $1 or $2, so pretty awesome. Okay, so that was Value Village. And then the next one I wanted to show you, or next haul I wanted to show you, is from our local food bank. Has a thrift store attached to it, and all the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds, go to the food bank in our community in Stanwood. So I really liked these little dominoes, because look how cute they are. My husband said he could drill some holes in them and I can use them as dangles on the outside of journal covers, things like that. Or maybe even decoupage on them. Not sure all that I'm going to do with them, but I could not pass it up. And I don't have a price tag. Oh, here we go, 99 cents. Pretty good deal. And then this little package of doilies, these were actually together. And this isn't the real price, this $3. These were packaged together at 49 cents for both of these packages of doilies. Paper doilies, I guess I should say. But aren't they cute? What great sizes. And then this little hand crocheted doily for 49 cents. And then this set of 6 vintage, they look like something that you would put on a dresser, maybe under a lamp. I remember my mom had a lot of these. I had a lot of these for a long time too, and I thought that they're just the right size to wrap around a journal for a cover. And I thought, wow, what a great deal for $3.99, 6 of these. And then this cool old book from the Marysville. It was owned by the Marysville School District, which is a community near here. And this is copyright 1937. So I just love the yellowing on the pages. This will be fun to use and decoupage on, and just a really cool little booklet. So I never know what I'm going to find at the Stanwood Community Thrift Store that supports the food bank, and what a great cause. Next up is this charity garage sale that I went to just a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, because we had COVID for a week, so that wasn't fun. But anyway, so it was before that. And at this charity garage sale, they said because it was the last day, everything was half price. So we went through and I found a whole bunch of this paper. So let me show you this paper. All of these in different bundles. This is like a pale green. It's like a parchment type paper. So this one's pale green. This one is a beige. And then we have this lavender color, and it's got, oh wait, okay, so that's lavender. Here's a few more, more of a mint green. This is a little bit more towards purple, but kind of lavender as well. All about, you know, the parchment paper weight that you get at like Office Depot. And this one I thought was really cool. Wonder if you can see it. I'm going to try to open it so that the glare isn't too bright. These are, they're not handmade papers, but they look like handmade papers, and they have the feel of being handmade paper. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it is, but I don't think so. Laser compatible 25 sheets made in Thailand. So it does feel handmade. So maybe it is. Anyway, really cool. And then I got also this whole bundle came from that same place. So this is called fine granite paper, 25% cotton. The feel is absolutely delightful. Very pretty. And then this resume paper. Oh, I didn't even open this one. So this is a full, complete box of 24-pound resume paper. There's 100 sheets in here. So I went to the counter where she was taking the money, and I said, how much for all this paper? And she said, $1. I said, $1 a pack? And she said, no, for the whole thing. I'm like, what? So this is like one of those situations like that old IKEA commercial where that lady has like all that stuff, and she's running out of the store with all this stuff that she hardly paid anything for, and she's yelling at her husband, start the car, start the car. Okay, I can't get this back in here easily, so I'll do that later. So anyway, that was a charity garage sale. I love garage sales for stuff like this. That was a huge find. Okay, next up, these are some random places that I like to go to where I find interesting things. This is from a little antique store near here in one of our towns, Stanwood, called Brick Road Antiques. And I found this book of receipts that, you know, they haven't been filled out, but aren't they cool? And I don't know how old this is. I couldn't find a date on it anywhere, but it's a full pack of 60 sheets. And unfortunately, I do not remember how much I paid for this. So anyway, I've had it for a little too long, and I should have been doing this a long time ago. Let's see what else is in this bag. Okay, so there is a Habitat for Humanity store. We like to pop into those Habitat for Humanity stores once in a while because I found this these little index files with the date, with the months on them, and I just really liked it for $1. I mean, you can't pass it up. So that was kind of fun. And I found other things at the Habitat for Humanity store. You just never know what you're going to find there. This little bundle came from a local, well, it's in the next town in Arlington, called Arlington Pickers. And they gather up random items from different estates and things like that. I don't know how far away they go. If you've ever seen that show, American Pickers, it's kind of like that. And I love to go in there because I never know what I'm going to find. So I found a bunch of these pictures. Isn't she adorable? And I had to have this one because it reminds me so much of my first friend named Karen Watson in Illinois. And she looks just like her. So, of course, that was a long time ago. But anyway, it just reminded me of her. So I might save this one for myself. And then just some fun family photos that I just thought looked really sweet. These are fun to tuck inside journals. And a lot of times they'll have these envelopes. This one says, from your mother, real old. And it's just a kind of a tattered envelope. But I like to use these in journals. Sometimes I will copy them onto like newsprint and then fold them back up and make you know, a real envelope out of it. And so that's kind of fun. And then just this foreign language, to me anyway, old book, and I love the feel of the pages and the patina of them. So Arlington Pickers has been a real fun place for me to go in and find random things. Next we have this bag. So this was an estate sale that we went to where the lady, she must have had an antique store or something, because it was like this giant barn where she had all this stuff. The place was just full, not so full that you couldn't walk around in it. It was, everything was all very nicely laid out. There were like tables with table settings on them that were vintage, and just, you know, a bunch of dressers and just a bunch of random stuff. And so I found, pull this out first. This is just it's a notebook with, you know, for composition. I mean, this is a real composition notebook, right? It's for music composition. So I picked that up. And let's see what else is in here. Oh yeah, these pretty little tatted doilies, because I love doilies. And then some really interesting postcards. They look like from the Roaring 20s. I mean, they're not that old, but just that kind of theme. And I thought they were really pretty. And then some vintage postcards, actual vintage postcards with writing on them, where they were actually addressed to people with vintage. Well, that one wasn't, but this one was. Somebody took the stamp off. They're just really pretty, and I love to put these in journals. And this is funny. It says, to Master Cecil Mason, East Winthrop. It looks like it says Maine. But this is how my brothers used to get letters from my grandmother. They were addressed to Master Craig Lincoln, Master David Lincoln. That's how they used to address letters to young men or boys. Nobody does that anymore. And then this one, Master Cecil Mason, yeah, East Winthrop, Maine. That's the whole address on there, the entire address. And it would get to this person. Oh, how times have changed, right? Okay, and then this is something that I just fell in love with. Paper shelf edging. Does anybody remember paper shelf edging? So I just had to have this. It's so adorable. And I'm going to obviously use these in journals as, you know, pockets, or just, you know, put in snippets or something, because they're just adorable. I can totally see my grandmother having these on her shelf. They're just precious. So as I was going through and, you know, taking these up to the shelf, she was asking me, what are you going to do with all this stuff? And so I started to tell her what I did, you know, making junk journals, and I showed her some pictures, and she got really, really excited. And what she did was she says, hold on just a second, I have something for you. And then she brought out these two giant tablecloths. She didn't want to sell them because there were some rips in them, but she thought I might be able to use them in my journals. Well, of course I can. And I like this one because I can, let's see, set that aside. You can see how it's like in blocks, you know, so I mean, there's a lot of use for these, but they're so big. It's like, I'm going to have to make journals until I'm 150 years old to use up all of this stuff. But still, that was very generous of her, and she did not charge me for these. She just said, just take them. So I went, okay. So that was that garage sale. And then at another garage sale, I just found these lace trims, all of them for $1. And what they are, they're like pockets. So what do you think I should use them for? I think I'll use them as pockets. Can you see that okay? There we go. Just little black lace pockets with different floral designs on them. So how cool is that? They were originally $2 a piece, and I got the whole package of 6. Is that right? Or 5 rather, for $1. Not a bad deal. Okay, next up is a store near us called Bargains Galore, and I have found a whole bunch of stuff there, and this was all in one trip. I love old yearbooks, and a lot of times they're really expensive. I don't have the price tag on this one anymore, so I don't know how much it was, but I love using pictures like this in my journals, especially to make like, you know, those photo booth what do you call them, strips, photo booth strips. They're fun to use for that. You can just, you know, I mean, how cute is that? The little drum majorettes. Oh, so adorable. So this is from 1946. And because I only have about 150 golden books, I had to get another one for Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. Now, I'll tell you something about the little golden books. If you look on the back, or sometimes it's on the front, and you see a barcode, it's a new one. If there's no barcode, like on this, there's no barcode, then it is an older one. And this was Dayla's, and the book is actually in really good shape, and how cute is that? So this is another thing I'm going to have to do for 150 years, is make a bunch of little golden book journals. And then for fun, I found this pad of paper that is lined paper, but all different colors. So I thought that was fun too. And let's see, this little thing of lace trim for 89 cents. Nice and flat, really cute. And a Reader's Digest condensed book, because I'm having fun making my altered book garden journal, and I'm going to need another altered book for starting in January. So I have this one, and you can see I didn't realize they were such different sizes, so maybe I'll use this one for something else, because I really like the size of the other one. And then just a bunch of thank you cards. I love to put thank you cards in when people order journals from my shop. And then this reel of ribbon that obviously came from Costco because it's Kirkland. And I thought $4.99 was a pretty good deal with the music scores on it, wire edged, really cool. I still have quite a few piano rolls that I want to make journals out of, and this is a perfect addition to those. And then also these little packets of quilting fabric that I just really fell in love with. Each one was $3, and that's a lot less expensive than if I went to Joann and got them. But I really love using these for my golden book journals for the spines. So I thought those were fun as well. So that's Bargains Galore, and I almost never come out of there empty-handed. And I really need to stay away from these places, but you know, who can do that? So last, I think, the neighboring community of Arlington had a street fair, and I didn't come out of there empty-handed either. So for $4, I got all of these doorknobs, or drawer knobs, I guess I should say. Can you see that? How pretty that is? Oh, you can't really. Really pretty gold with black painted on them, and really pretty designs. And what I wanted to use these for is to make some more of these tile smoothers, because my husband made these, and I sold a bunch of them in my shop. They were really popular, and we still have a bunch of these tiles left. So as soon as things kind of slow down for him with our congregation remodel over the winter, he'll be making some more of those that I'll have in my shop. So they were in these 2 boxes, and I almost threw away the boxes, but look at the pretty pattern on the box. I thought those would make great tags. And then also found these as well. And I can't remember how much. None of this stuff was really priced. It was just, you know, whatever you want to pay for them, I guess. And I thought I would try using some alcohol ink on these just to see what would happen. But these are going to go on the tile smoothers as well. And then there are these vintage tape measures. And I've already used some of this in one of my other journals that I haven't quite finished right here, but this one's almost done. And just some neat tape measures, and I really like them. And all these patterns with these beautiful beautiful vintage covers on them, you know, on the pattern paper, on the envelope. $1 for all 4 together. That's a really good deal. You know, sometimes you go to antique stores and these things sell for a lot of money, and I think, why? You know, some of them I've seen them for like $10. I'm like, really? Seriously? No. So 4 for $1, and that was a good deal. And before I show you this, I wanted to show you this. Got this there too. Don't remember how much I paid for it, but I just loved her. Wouldn't she look beautiful on a journal cover? But then looking inside, look at these beautiful illustrations, these beautiful photographs. These beautiful photographs of these gorgeous Victorian-like ladies. Oh, I just loved it. So naturally, this had to come home with me. The only hard part is going to be deciding which side I use, because they're back to back and there's 2 per page. And this is copyright 1920. It says right on here, 1920. So, you know, this is the kind of stuff I just, you know, you can almost hear me gasp when I find it. I mean, even that's cute. So much fun stuff, so little time to use it up. My daughter came over one day and she looked at my craft room and she said, "You can't die because I have no idea what to do with any of this stuff." Well, I don't intend to die. But anyway, this ledger is from not 1990, but 1890. And I've been looking through it this morning, and what I've come to realize is that it is a ledger of land transfers from the late 1800s. And some of them are even from before Washington became a state, which was in I think it was November 11th, 1889. So this is like September 1989. And then kind of sprinkled throughout. I mean, look at that gorgeous script. Sprinkled throughout here are like these add-ins that are just kind of glued onto the page, and some of them are really interesting. Now, I was a paralegal for a while, and it was an estate planning and probate attorney. So I did a lot of this land stuff in estates. And what's interesting to me is that some of these papers, this is February 16th, 1892, and on the back, it's not even, okay, this one is the same person, but on some of these, you go back to back on it, and it's like different mortgages on on the same sheet of paper, but on the back. So, like this one. So this is a mortgage. This is dated October 1888. Washington Territory, so before Washington became a state. So this is for Robert Lynch and Diana Lynch to John Thomas. But then on the back, it's also a mortgage, and this one is dated 1890 here, but totally different people, George Cagey and Susie Cagey. So completely different mortgages on two sides of the same sheet of paper. So paper must have been really expensive back then, because they really, they were very careful with how they used it. And one of the pages in here, of course I'm not going to be able to find it now, but had like some sort of legal document on one side, but on the other side was a note to their papa. But I'm not going to be able to find it. But anyway, I just thought that this was really interesting. Not entirely sure how I'm going to use this in journals, but I couldn't pass it up. So leave me a comment with some suggestions on how I could use this in journals. I'm kind of thinking I would like to scan it and then use it in backgrounds or decoupage on them. But what really surprises me is that these are public records that I am really kind of amazed found their way to an Arlington, to a street fair. How come they're not still in the archives, I suppose? So that was interesting to me. But anyway, very interesting. Love the script. And that one, I mean, even this would be fun to copy and, you know, use as a background for something. Both sides of it are really cool. Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, I got it all. So, not sure what my next video is going to be about, but I will see you in my next video. Hope you enjoyed this craft haul, because like I said at the beginning, who doesn't love a great craft haul? So have a wonderful day, everybody. I'm going to go out in my garden and see what I can find out there. It's been really fun, and I will see you in my next video. Let the serendipity always find you. Happy crafting. See you next time. Bye-bye.